the person that I think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more than anyone right now, and we all agree with this one. This is a no-brainer, slam dunk. You every year we get the list of, wrestlers or managers, valleys, whatever that deserve to be put in, and his name's always at the top of the list, and it's Owen Hart. Man, one of the most technically gifted wrestlers of his era. His matches, especially against Brett, are still studied today. Is one of those top 5 best technical wrestlers of all time. He really is. Go back and watch his matches. When we talk about the best in-ring guys, the best guys with the best moves in the ring that know how to wrestle, we talk about Brett. We talk about Sean. We talk about AJ. You can't to leave Owen after those 3. Who are you going to put in front of Owen? Benoit, Malenko. I mean, like we've got people. We've got people to put on the list. Eddie, but man, they're all fighting against Owen. And which ones? I mean, to me, they're all kind of 1A, 1B, wrestlers. It's hard to put any of them better than him. Owen's right there. Owen is right there. I've heard nothing but great things about him as well as a person. I've heard that he was one of the funniest guys in the locker room. He loved ribbing on folks. Mark Henry, when I was part of 6 Feet Under and we had Mark Henry on, Mark was telling Owen stories going down the road. And he was telling them with emotion. I could hear it in his voice. I could hear it coming from his heart. Owen was special. He was a special human being. Man, in the ring, he was even more special. Some of his iconic moments and storylines that should help give him the nod. The Black Heart heel turn. He wins King of the Ring in 94 in his feud with Brett at WrestleMania 10. Storylines, and it was storytelling that wrestlers today watch and they go, what can I pull from that to use in 2026? The definition of a professional wrestler. Mic skills, in-ring performer, hell of a storyteller. If you can do those 3 things, you're going to have a 20-year career with no issues. If you can put the crowd in the palm of your hand and hold them there and take them on a journey of 12, 16, 25 minutes in a ring. If you can hold them in a hand from week to week to week, telling the same story from town to town to town, you are professional wrestling at that point. And that's what Owen Hart could do. Hell, it didn't hurt that he had that last name. Didn't hurt that he's in the dungeon with Pops. He learned from the best. It's in his blood. His locker room respect. I heard it from Mark Henry. Heard it from Undertaker. When Owen taught, people listened. He loved to rib. He loved to be a comedic person. He loved to give his brother a hard time more than any human being ever. Apparently, he ribbed on Brett. He would give Brett such a hard time telling him that he was the better wrestler, all that stuff. Everything you would see on TV with him and Brett, it was just Owen being Owen. Brett being the serious one. Brett being the professional wrestling is a very, very serious sport. Owen's like, man, I'm having the time of my life. I am living my childhood dream. So I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have a blast. And that's what he did. But Owen, once again, I mean, he's another one that was taken too early. Over the Edge, 1999. It's one of the most significant moments in wrestling history. We all know it. He's supposed to rappel from the ceiling, and there is a malfunction. And unfortunately, he fell to the ring, and and he passed away. That pay-per-view will always be talked about. That moment will always be talked about. 2 of my friends were involved. That night, Owen's supposed to wrestle the Godfather. And the match after the incident was Stone Cold versus Undertaker. You watch that match, you go back and watch Undertaker and Stone Cold and just look at their faces. They weren't there, man. They didn't want to be in that ring. I don't know if in that moment, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I know that those wrestlers didn't want to go out there. They didn't want to work. I don't know if you should shut down or not at that point. I think you should. As a businessman making that call, you don't know. I will never judge someone for making a decision in moments like that because there's nowhere in your company handbook that tells you this is what you're supposed to do when one of your employees, one of your athletes dies. But I think that just the humanity side of it, you should have shut everything down, Vince. That was one that you missed, buddy. You should have shut down the pay-per-view that night. Refund the people their money. It's easier said than done. Hindsight's 2020. But dude, y'all were rocking and rolling at that time. You had plenty in the bank. I don't think Owen's family will accept, his wife especially, his wife will never accept the nod to the Hall of Fame. She definitely is not a fan of the WWE, and we will never see Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame as long as she's alive. Now, I have no idea what the future, the next generation. I think if she passes away, I don't know. Maybe have a conversation with Brett. Maybe have a conversation with the rest of the family. But if that's her wishes, then that's her wishes, and you don't put him in the Hall of Fame. But by God, he deserves it. I wish that WWE would extend an olive branch, have a conversation, try to make things right. I don't know if they have. Maybe they have. I don't know. But make the effort. From the fans' perspective, we want to see Owen in. But I don't think we will because I don't think his wife will ever allow it to happen. And that's unfortunate. There's many others that deserve to be put in. We can make this list as long as we want. But I think that those three are three that we all want to see get put in. I think out of the three, the most realistic, the one that's got the greatest chance and opportunity is Miss Elizabeth. I think second on that is China. I don't think Owen's ever going to get the nod. I don't think they're ever going to. I think they want to put him in, and I don't think it's a WWE thing. I think it's just his wife. I think WWE would put him in. I think WWE's holding back on Miss Elizabeth. I think they're holding back on China, of course. I think that they're holding back on Bundy right now. I think now that there's new leadership involved, Bundy's probably going to get the nod. I think we should have a big push for Miss Elizabeth in China, though, for future Hall of Fames. You get Sid Vicious out there, too. I mean, that's another one that we could have a conversation about. I think he's borderline Hall of Famer. He was a pivotal part once again, and I think his personality may have prevented him from getting that nod. But there's many others that we need to get in. And I think one more thing that I want to touch on real quick about the Hall of Fame. We need a Hall of Fame. Like, we need a physical location, guys. WWE, y'all keep talking about it. Build the dang thing. Go to Orlando, build it right outside of Disney somewhere, and have a physical location for us to go to and see the bus like we can at Cooperstown or in Canton. I've been to the NFL Hall of Fame, and man, it's amazing. It's so cool to walk through. I would love for the same thing to happen with professional wrestling. Go build it. You got the money. You got the resources. You got a great location down in Orlando. Let's make this happen.